Top U.S. lawmakers are back in the U.S. after a surprise trip to Ukraine over the weekend.
And Western officials believe that Russia is gearing up to officially declare war on Ukraine next week. And WGN's Shannon Halligan has the latest on the fighting tonight. Shannon?
Yeah, May 9th, which is 1 week from today, is known as Russia's Victory Day. The important holiday there in that country signifies the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. There's concern tonight that could be a significant day in the war in Ukraine, while comments from Russian leaders about Nazism ignite fury around the globe. The first civilians evacuated from the bombed-out steel plant in Mariupol are making their way to safety. More than 100 people left the steel mill yesterday. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said Russia continued to pulverize the city.
We do assess that the Russians continue to pound Mariupol from the air. So Mariupol, the fighting in Mariupol is not done, certainly not from what we can see, because they continue to bombard it.
While those evacuations were underway, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi led a surprise delegation trip to Ukraine. Pelosi is the highest-ranking elected U.S. official to touch down in Kyiv since the start of the war. She vowed the U.S. Congress has more to do to help the country fight the Russian invasion. This comes as a senior U.S. official believes Russia is planning to annex large portions of eastern Ukraine. There's speculation Russian President Vladimir Putin has plans to make a major move on May 9th. The date commemorates Russia's Victory Day, a celebration of Russia's defeat of the Nazis in 1945. During a press briefing, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked what the White House expects for that day.
Well, we know that President Putin has emphasized the significance of this day for him and for the Russian military, but I don't have anything to preview or predict at this point in time from here about what they may or may not do. And I expect we'll have more to convey about what we will do in advance of Monday.
In his bid to legitimize the war to Russian citizens, Putin has portrayed the battle as a struggle against Nazis in Ukraine. During an interview with an Italian news channel, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov claimed that Ukraine could still have Nazi elements, even if some figures, including the country's president, were Jewish. Israel lashed out Monday over the comments.
He's propagating basically the inversion of the Holocaust. The victims are deemed to be the perpetrators. This is abhorrent, this is despicable, this is contrary to historical truth.
Also of note, Poland urged its European Union partners today to unite in imposing sweeping sanctions on Russia's oil and gas sectors. The EU imports around 40% of the gas it consumes from Russia. Germany said today it was prepared to back an immediate EU embargo on Russian oil. Live in the newsroom, Shannon Halligan, WGN News.
Thank you, Shannon.